Hey everyone, thanks for joining the video I'm going to be doing today on Chainlink. Today is January 24th, 2020. And I just did a video on this yesterday. It's not normal for me to do altcoins day after day, but there is a change in this that I do want to talk about. But of course, this isn't financial advice. I'm not your financial advisor. I'm just giving my opinion on the market. You're responsible for your own trades, managing your own risk, doing your own research. Okay, let's take a look here at the chart. All right, so yesterday we were talking about several things going on here on the chart. We were looking at an A, B, C pattern, taking ourselves all the way down here to these lows. And, this was the basis for the trade that we took. Things have changed since then. Things have changed in the fact that we bounced where we expected to bounce, and then we fell, and we basically got stopped out. And if you use stop losses, which I am a huge advocate of, you're out of that trade. I got out of that trade, before it got to my entry, so I made like 1 penny on it or whatever. It wasn't anything, really worth talking about. And obviously, we went down and we spiked back up here recently. And at least Chainlink on the hourly is trading above the 55 exponential, which is pretty good. Good morning, Todd. Hope you're doing good out there. But there is something that I do want to point out here, and that is, all right. So let me. Oh yeah. So first off, before I do this, I'm going to remove. I'm going to keep it here, but I'm going to point out that we bounced at the 382. So there is still potential here that the correction is done, and we're going to go up to $3.15. That's going to be where our target is going to be on a bounce of the 382. And you can see we spent 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, basically 8 hours down here at the 382 accumulating. All right, so that's a decent sign for potential for upside. But what I want to point out here real quick, and I'm going to remove some of this. I'm actually going to remove my P&L here. I'm just going to clean up the chart. As you guys all know, I do all of my analysis in real time. I don't prepare anything ahead of time. So everything that I'm seeing and everything I'm doing this for the very first time. So, it just adds to some of that, organic nature of it. All right, so I still believe that this is potentially an A, B, and a C on a larger degree. So go up to like a minor. So get my letters just a little bit bigger here. So this looks like an ABC correction here. Now, how does that look in relation to the entire impulse? So we're still looking at this as, oh, you have to go back even farther. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a significant amount of time. We were talking about this yesterday. We went from December 18th to January 18th for this impulse. It was 30 days of an impulsive move. Would it make sense to go from January 18th down to January 24th, so that's 6 days, and be done? I'm not sure, and I'm not in agreement that this correction is completely finished. Okay, now putting that aside, let's take a look, and I'm going to go down to a 30-minute time frame, which I don't usually do, but I want to dig some of this out because I think that there is more to this that we're not paying close enough attention to. Okay, so let's take a look here. We've got from the top, we've got what looks to be a 1, 2, a 3, a 4 in a wedge, and then a 5. And then we're looking like we're coming up here for a nice A, B, C on a smaller degree. So we're going to pull this down. I'm going to try and match that up there. Okay. So we've got the A completed down here. We go up for the B up here. And then we're going to come down for a 5. All right, so from up here, this looks like we've got a pretty deep 1, and then we're going to go for a 2, and then we've got this 3, and then a 4, and then a 5 to come down here to complete this C. Okay, so this looks like is what we are currently in. So a couple things here. This 4 wave and I'm going to make this a different colors because it conflicts with that moving average. So we do have a bit of a wedge here. Okay. Then over here we've got something very similar. Of course it looks different, but it's still a wedge in this 4. So this is also looking pretty good. And of course that conflicts with our yellow 21 exponential. But nonetheless, I'm seeing wedges in these 4 waves. And now what we're doing is we're coming back up here. Okay, so if this A, B, C is complete, what I'm expecting us to do is I'm expecting us to overtake this A wave down here. We haven't quite done that yet. This is going to be our resistance, and this has been resistance for a while, and you can see this here. So we've got support here, support here. We had a large front run of support here, and so now basically when we broke through it, it automatically retested it as resistance. So we're coming back and we're consolidating down here. We're not getting a clear rejection, so this does lend me to believe that we will be pushing higher. But what I want to see, so right now I'm out of Link, right? As I mentioned, I got out at like 244.5 or something dumb like that. So basically I bought in over here. It went up. I didn't sell because I was expecting it to go higher. It started to come back towards me, and I got out somewhere in this range over here. And then it rolled over. So, I mean, it was a good move. But what I didn't do is I didn't buy back in at the 382 like I should have. But I didn't do that. But now what I'm seeing is I'm seeing signs of a 1, 2, 3, and then we're working on a 4. And then we're going to go up for a 5. Okay, so this could take us all the way up here to 260 or so. But what I really want to see, I want to see this resolve, move to the upside, finish the 5, and then we come back down and retest this, and then we see another push higher. We still have this significant resistance cluster that we have to work our way through, but really at this point, I wouldn't take a trade here. If you did, I would place buys at $2.50, which is where the 100 exponential moving average is. So that's this cyan moving average that we've got here. And if we are able to push up and above this, then I think that would be a good buy. If we close even a 30-minute candle below this 100 exponential on the 30-minute chart, I would say that it's probably time to get out of the trade. But going back to the hourly, taking a look at some of the metrics that we pay attention to, we have, let's just wait for it to load up here. Okay, so we were looking at this yesterday. We were taking a look at the 3-hour. We were taking a look at the 1 hour. Everything was down here in oversold territory. So this was our basis for the trade yesterday. Of course, we had a bounce and we came back down. But now, back in this at the 382, everything was still looking good. This does look like a completed corrective cycle. So this looks like a nice 5-3-5 correction. And we don't have any violation of these things, so this is looking pretty good. But what my question is whether or not this really is done. It could be that this, I'm saying this just for probability's sake. It is possible that we are going to go lower, and this 5 is going to come down here, and this 4 is actually in the works right now, and we really just completed a 3. Okay, so it is always possible that what we are, seeing as being completed is really a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the third. So we have to keep this in mind as we're going through these phases. It is possible that we're not done. It is possible that we get rejection here. But what this does, this magnifies the importance of getting a rejection here at this range. Because if this is a 1, 2, 3, that means that this line that we've got right here at the 236, which is at $2.57, has to be rejected. We have to get rejection here in this range in order for that to be the case. Again, if we overtake this, then that means that this move is finished and we are going to see higher prices. So to really just keep that in mind. It is possible that this is not a completed move, but it is also very possible that if we overtake this level right here at $2.54 to $2.57, very, very possible that this move is completed. This ABC is done, and we are going to be going into have another move to the upside. I'll go ahead and continue keeping an eye on this. I'm not taking a trade on Chainlink right now. I'm simply doing this because I did a video on this yesterday, and I felt it was important to give a quick update on this. So that's currently what my thoughts are on this. So the hourly is currently looking like it's about ready to be rejected. It hasn't confirmed that yet. We still see absorption here on the hourly charts. And when I say absorption, what I'm basically saying is we see a wick to the downside and then a wick to the downside, and it keeps getting bought up. We're talking like, just, 1 or 2 cents. So it's not huge absorption, but there is signs that there is some buying interest here. But if this hourly starts to get too far into our bullish control zone, into the overbought territory, then I would say that there is a chance for that to finally take a move, and we continue a little bit further down. But at least for right now, if we continue consolidating here, again taking a look here, 250, 251, that range is looking like it's providing some support above the 55 exponential on the hourly, above the 100 exponential on the 30-minute chart. Okay, we just covered that. And then I say we could have potential move to the upside, but we do have significant concern in this area up here that we need to push up and get above. If we push up above that, then I think we see higher prices. But for right now, we're basically sitting at resistance. We're consolidating at resistance, which is decent, but we need to get that last move up above there for there to be any bullish pushes out of this. That's all the thoughts that I've got on Chainlink right now. I did talk about that a little bit more than I really wanted to, but as I mentioned, all of this is all in real time. I don't prepare any of this ahead of time, so I hope you guys can appreciate that. And if you don't have an invite to our Discord, just throw in a comment. I'll get an invite code out for you. It doesn't cost anything to be a part of our community. We're always looking for like-minded individuals to be part of that Discord. And of course, if this video helped you in any way, shape, or form, like, subscribe, share, and all of those goodies. And wherever you are in the world, I am wishing you a good day, a good night, and a good evening.